Okay, let's get real for a second. I want to break down the three things that I see holding back beginner producers. And I think this has kind of changed over my years of being a full-time music producer and making content, seeing people's messages, being in a producer group. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but if this bothers you, it might be you. So pay attention. Number one, straight out the gate, is just entitlement. A lot of producers, when they start, they feel like they deserve to be working with artists that are far better than them at a higher level, the best in the world, like all this stuff, when really it's like you should probably be hitting up like 10 artists a day that have like less than 100,000 monthly listeners that you think are talented, or, have a little over 100,000 monthly listeners that you think are talented, who actually will have a chance at seeing your DM and responding to your DM and growing with them. I feel like so many people these days just want to work with the big time artists and are waiting for their shot to work with Drake or whoever. And then also coupled with that, staying in the entitlement realm, when they do send stuff to people, I find people getting like upset that, this wasn't used or this person didn't give them the time of day. It's like they're trying to reach out to artists and they get offended that they didn't work with them. It's like, dude, you might have to send 30 DMs to work with one guy, right? Out of all 30, one person replies to you, which is just the reality of you starting out and being a beginner. You're not going to have a whole lot of respect. And honestly, nobody really cares about you at the end of the day. Even as you start to grow, people really don't care about you. They care about what you can offer them, what kind of value you can bring to them. Is the music great? Like, at the end of the day, that's really all that matters. So I think entitlement is something that is huge. And once you kind of take that away and you think nobody owes me anything and I just need to grind, grow, provide value to these people, maybe work with some people that are closer to my skill level, grow with those artists, then I think you see a lot more improvement than waiting around or getting upset that little baby or whoever didn't respond to you. It's like, I don't know. I think there's a lot of entitlement. I don't think it's a super bad problem, but I do see it. And I think if you can get rid of that, you're going to be okay. The second thing I think beginner producers struggle with is they have flawed marketing. They really don't know how to get themselves out there. I'm not going to be this dude that sits there and like, oh, well, you should be posting on social media. Like, I've said that a million times in videos. It's the truth. You should be posting on social media. But I think people get it twisted and confused of what actually they should be posting on social media to actually bring in customers or bring in people to see what they're doing. You have to be providing some sort of value to artists, other producers, just good music to anybody in general, motivation, whatever your goals are. Really define what your goals are. If your goals are to sell beats, okay, keep in mind that your audience is probably an artist. It's not a producer, right? So what are you showing in your videos that's going to actually get artists to come to you? If you want to be a content creator and a producer like I am, maybe your artist is some producers. Maybe you want to do more tutorials. Maybe you want to showcase plugins and collab with companies, right? Nothing wrong with that. That's also you being a producer. But really have your goals realized and set up before you start actually trying to put yourself out there. The days of putting a beat up there with, a sound visualizer are over. Hate to tell you, unless you have a type beat channel, on YouTube, then I think it's okay. But like, I don't know, if you're posting short form content and it's just like a snippet of a beat with a picture on the back, it's just not going to happen, man. I hate to say it. There's just way too much other highly engaging content out there. Your stuff's not going to stand out. Along with marketing, I think there's a big misconception of some of the grunt work that can still be done when it comes to marketing, right? Like, some people are like, oh, I need to make a video. It needs to go viral. It needs to get a ton of views, and then I'll see success. Or I need to put out a song. It needs to get a ton of streams, and then I'll see success. Or I need to put out a song, put out a beat, pay money to, have it be, promoted, and then I'll see success, which are all great forms of marketing, right? I love that if you're paying, to promote your song and drive traffic, or if you're paying to promote your beat and drive artist traffic to it. Nothing wrong with that. I'm all for that. I think that's something, though, that isn't for a beginner. I think that's something that you do as you, maybe have acquired some money from your music and you can afford to put money to these kind of things. I think what's missing is that grunt work, right? Something I used to do when I wanted to find artists to work with, I would go on Spotify and I would find an artist that I like. Let's say it's an artist with 1 million monthly listeners. I would scroll down. I'd go to their fans also like, and it literally gives you like 20 other artists that you can click on. And then it's like, oh, maybe this person only has 400,000 monthly listeners. This person has 200,000. And I would literally just scroll down, go to their artist like profile thing at the bottom, and then click their Instagram and send them a DM. You could do this all day long. Send 40 artists a DM. Yeah, it's grunt work. And when you're sending those DMs, make sure you are bringing instant value, right? People love to say, when you first hit up an artist, just be like, hey man, I really love your stuff. Yeah, you're hitting them up. Clearly you like their stuff, okay? When I send a DM to an artist, I say, here's 10 guitar melodies that I think you'll like. Let me know. I'll make a beat with whichever one you like for free. That's what I do. I will make a beat with whatever sample you like. Let me know. Don't charge them. Don't talk about money. We'll talk about money after the song is made and you want to collect splits, or how do you want to, do this with the beat. If they ask you about money, be ready. But that's how I would market. If I was looking for artists to work with, I'd go on Spotify. That's where they're all at. And once you start to meet artist friends and have friends that are artists, they know a ton of artists. Just like producers know a lot of producers, artists know a lot of artists. So I think beginner producers are missing that grunt work, where maybe if you don't have the money to promote, maybe you don't have the money. Did I just say that? You don't have the social media presence to promote it that way, or the money to promote. I think you're missing some of that grunt work of literally just reaching out to people and providing instant value to them, like samples or beats, whatever it is. And the last thing that I think is holding people back is just a lack of knowledge, right? But hold on. I think it's the way that knowledge is also being acquired. Listen, you could definitely learn everything there is to know about being a producer in the music business, growing on social media as a producer, marketing yourself on YouTube, right? There's probably a video out there somewhere that will give you the right results. But, like what I'm saying in this video won't apply to everybody. Every YouTube video you watch is not going to apply directly to you in your situation. So it's not very conform to you. It might take you, 3 years to figure something out, when if you had somebody to tell you and mentor you, it could, you could learn it in a month. And then sometimes people don't even have the knowledge to know what to look up to learn. They're like, oh, I really like how this sounds. And they don't even begin to know to be like, oh, what plugins, what compressor, what reverb is on this vocal to make it sound like that. They don't even begin to have the knowledge of that. So that's something that I also think is just a lack of knowledge. Now, I want to plug something. This is a shameless plug. This is something that I'm a part of. I'm a part of a producer group called Producer Accelerator. I'm a mentor in that group. We have other mentors like me who provide value. A lot of us put in content in there to help people. We do one-on-one live calls. We do group calls. We do beat battles. We have placement opportunities. We give sample packs. All that stuff is within this group. If you're interested in joining something like that, where you maybe want a little more one-on-one mentorship or learning directly from people, usually it's $99 a month, but for this week, we're dropping it to $49 a month. To me, that's literally like a meal when you go out with your friends. It's an expensive meal, but $50 a month, if you have it, I think it's really worth investing into your future. We've helped a lot of people. We have almost 200 members in the group. We'd love to have you as well if you're looking to join. Send me a DM on Instagram and say, I'm in, and it'll prompt you, and I'll send you the link to join. And also, if you want to save even more money, we have a yearly subscription of $340 for the entire year, which is not too bad at all for an entire year, for all the mentorship you're getting, the community you're getting, the people you get to become friends with and learn from. So if you want to join Producer Accelerator, DM me on Instagram. I'm in, and join. That's it for this video, though. Yeah, take it with a grain of salt. It's just my opinion, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.